Hey everyone, it's great to see you again. There are a lot of important things to know about covert narcissists today, so that's what we'll talk about. Don't forget to like and follow if you think this is helpful before we start. Now let's break it down. Because they are selfish and think they deserve everything they get, narcissists like to control other people. Narcissists who lie are different, though, because they're not who they say they are. They hide who they are and why they do what they do so no one can see them work. Their sneaky behavior isn't just a quirk, though, it shows how upset they are inside. I feel bad for these people because they won't face their problems head-on. They blame you for their flaws by projecting their own fears onto other people. We're going to talk about the 4 main things secret narcissists want to do today. You can stay away from their lies if you know how they trick people. Let's look into these sneaky plans and learn more about them. Number 1, putting on a fake public face. The main goal of a covert narcissist is to give the public a false positive picture of them. The way they act behind closed doors may be very different from how they act in public, but they work hard to make everyone else think they are perfect. It's not enough to just make a good first impression, they have to keep up a front that hides their flaws and shows off their strengths all the time. These people are very good at play down their flaws and stress their strengths. They worked hard to make a picture of themselves that makes them look their best. They try very hard not to be weak because they want to show how great they are. These people are very good at changing how they act to fit what other people want from them, all the while lying about who they really are. The second step is to hide the trouble inside. A secret narcissist's main goal is to hide the chaos inside them. They always try to look perfect in public because they are very self-conscious and fear being judged. They are always afraid that other people will look at them and judge them. From the time they are kids until they are adults. Because of this, they are driven by the need to be seen as perfect, and they carefully fix their appearance to hide any flaws. But below the surface, there is a storm of shame, guilt, and fear. They are very afraid of being turned down, so they are always trying to get support. And even though they strongly deny it, the way they protect themselves and defend themselves all the time shows that they are very scared. They also have a hard time controlling their anger and often act in a passive-aggressive way to deal with feelings they haven't dealt with yet. The second thing they want to do is hide this inner chaos by making everyone think they are calm and peaceful. Even though they look calm, they are really going through a lot of mental turmoil, and things are getting worse as their front falls apart. The third thing is keeping confusion and doubt alive. Another important thing a hidden narcissist wants to do is cause you to feel confused. Their whole image is a trick meant to change how you see them and make you doubt yourself. They imply that they know more and have more insight than you do, which makes you doubt your own ideas and decisions. By constantly gaslighting you, they try to control how you respond and change your beliefs so that they can further their own goals. They are quick to give you their opinion without asking, criticize your actions, and say that your feelings don't matter when they don't fit with what they expect. Their behavior may seem less obvious than that of overt narcissists, but their major goal is still the same: to keep you confused and off balance. Their favorite way to keep feeling powerful is to keep you confused and doubting yourself all the time. 4. Putting the blame on others and making them take responsibility. One of the main things a hidden narcissist does is put the blame on other people, especially on you. By saying over and over that you are the cause of their problems, they avoid taking responsibility for their own issues. They try to tell themselves and you that their problems are caused by your actions or flaws because they have a skewed view of the world. Because they don't know how to look inside themselves and don't want to face their flaws, They depend on outside approval and solutions to deal with their problems. As a result, they put a lot of pressure on you to meet their wants and meet their expectations. It's clear that they're trying to get you to take responsibility for their mental health by using imperatives and directives in their speech. The covert narcissist starts to understand you're on to their game. Let's talk about what happens next. As you start to see through their act and notice how very different their public behavior is from how they act in private, they will step up their game. In public, they might still keep their cool, but when you close the door, they'll get more demanding, angry, and anxious. Get ready for that. Covert narcissists are very afraid of being found out. They're afraid to show any signs of mental weakness. You might start to feel like you're on an island by yourself because you know they're lying. But keep in mind that if they're sneaky with you, they've probably been sneaky with other people too. And those other people will eventually start to get it too. However, that is not really your issue to stress over. It's time to make a choice once you know what the hidden narcissist really wants. For example, they want you to only think good things about them, but you can stand up for being honest and real. You're not going to let them mess you up. If they want you to believe something, you won't. You'll do what you know and trust your own judgment. They want you to ignore how upset they are, but you're not giving in. You can see through their act, so you won't get caught up in their drama. They want you to be responsible for what they did, but that's not your job. You're an adult now, so take care of yourself. You're not going to watch them or give them reasons to be sorry. Trying to change the behavior of a hidden narcissist usually doesn't work in the end. They are dedicated to their act. And revealing who they really are goes against what they believe in. The more important thing is to live an honest life and treat others with respect, decency, and courtesy. By going this route, you show the hidden narcissist that you can see through their tricks and won't join in with their game of manipulation. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already to get more interesting material like this. You can better understand these complicated dynamics if you watch our videos on a daily basis. Remember that hidden narcissists are very good at lying to themselves. We can't change how they act, but we can change how we react to it. Stay true to yourself and don't let themselves pull you into their chaos. Being self-aware and stable will help you feel more at peace with yourself.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to discuss a very important and often hidden aspect of our lives, how a narcissist behaves when they start losing control over you. They can employ various manipulative tricks to regain their power, and it's crucial for us to recognize and counter these tactics. So, let's dive deeper and understand what's really going on. Narcissists thrive on control and manipulation. Their sense of self-worth is often heavily dependent on the ability to dominate and manipulate those around them. When a narcissist begins to lose control over their victim, they will resort to various tactics to regain their influence. Understanding these tactics is crucial in protecting oneself from further manipulation and emotional harm. The initial stages of control. At the beginning of a relationship, a narcissist often employs a tactic known as love bombing. This involves showering the victim with excessive attention, flattery, and affection. The goal is to create an intense emotional bond, making the victim dependent on the narcissist for validation and self-worth. During this phase, the narcissist establishes a strong hold over the victim's emotions and perceptions. Signs of losing control. As the relationship progresses, the victim may start to recognize the narcissist's manipulative behaviors and begin to pull away. This can trigger a fear of losing control in the narcissist, leading them to resort to more desperate and insidious tactics. Some signs that a narcissist is losing control include increased criticism and devaluation. The narcissist may start to criticize the victim more frequently and harshly, aiming to undermine their self-esteem and create self-doubt. Gaslighting. This psychological manipulation involves making the victim question their own reality, memories, and sanity. The narcissist will deny past events, twist the truth, and accuse the victim of being overly sensitive or paranoid. Triangulation. The narcissist may involve a third party to create jealousy and competition. This could be an ex-partner, a friend, or even a new romantic interest. The goal is to make the victim feel insecure and fight for the narcissist's attention and approval. The desperate trick, smear campaign. When the aforementioned tactics fail, and the narcissist feels they are losing their grip, they often resort to a smear campaign. This involves spreading false information, rumors, and lies about the victim to mutual acquaintances, friends, family, or colleagues. The purpose of a smear campaign is twofold. Isolate the victim. By damaging the victim's reputation, the narcissist aims to isolate them from their support network. This isolation makes it harder for the victim to seek help and reinforces their dependency on the narcissist. Protect their own image. Narcissists are deeply concerned with maintaining a favorable public image. By discrediting the victim, they deflect attention from their own abusive behavior and present themselves as the wronged party. Defending against a smear campaign. Document everything. Keep a detailed record of interactions, incidents, and communications with the narcissist. This documentation can serve as evidence if needed. Seek support. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist. A strong support network can provide validation and perspective, helping to counteract the narcissist's lies. Set boundaries. Clearly communicate and enforce boundaries with the narcissist. Limit contact as much as possible and avoid engaging in arguments or confrontations. Stay calm and composed. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. Maintaining a calm and composed demeanor can frustrate their attempts to provoke you and weaken their manipulative efforts. Understanding narcissistic behavior. To fully grasp the depth of a narcissist's manipulation, it's essential to understand the core of narcissistic behavior. Narcissistic personality disorder (NPD) is a complex mental condition characterized by grandiosity, an inflated sense of self-importance, and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. Narcissists believe they are superior to others and often exaggerate their achievements and talents. Lack of empathy. Narcissists struggle to recognize or care about the feelings and needs of others. This lack of empathy makes it easier for them to manipulate and exploit people without guilt or remorse. Manipulative behavior. They use manipulation as a primary tool to control and dominate others. This can include lying, gaslighting, and employing various tactics to maintain their sense of superiority and control. Fragile self-esteem. Despite their outward confidence, narcissists often have fragile self-esteem. They are highly sensitive to criticism and perceived slights, which can trigger defensive and aggressive behaviors. The narcissist's playbook. Manipulation tactics. Narcissists employ a range of manipulation tactics to maintain control over their victims. These tactics are often subtle and insidious, making them difficult to recognize until significant damage has been done. Some common manipulation tactics include love bombing. As mentioned earlier, this involves overwhelming the victim with affection, attention, and gifts to create an intense emotional bond. The goal is to make the victim dependent on the narcissist for validation and self-worth. Devaluation. Once the narcissist feels secure in the relationship, they may start to devalue the victim. This can include criticism, belittling comments, and undermining the victim's confidence. The goal is to make the victim feel unworthy and dependent on the narcissist's approval. Gaslighting. This psychological manipulation involves making the victim question their own reality, memories, and sanity. The narcissist will deny past events, twist the truth, and accuse the victim of being overly sensitive or paranoid. Gaslighting can be incredibly damaging to the victim's mental health and self-esteem. Triangulation. The narcissist may involve a third party to create jealousy and competition. This could be an ex-partner, a friend, or even a new romantic interest. The goal is to make the victim feel insecure and fight for the narcissist's attention and approval. Projection. Narcissists often project their own negative traits and behaviors onto others. For example, they may accuse the victim of being manipulative, dishonest, or selfish, when in fact, these are qualities the narcissist possesses. Blame shifting. When confronted with their behavior, narcissists will often shift the blame onto the victim or others. This deflection allows them to avoid taking responsibility for their actions and maintain their sense of superiority. Silent treatment. The narcissist may use the silent treatment as a form of punishment and control. By withdrawing communication and affection, they create a sense of anxiety and insecurity in the victim, who becomes desperate to regain the narcissist's approval. The impact of narcissistic abuse. The effects of narcissistic abuse can be profound and long-lasting. Victims often experience a range of emotional and psychological symptoms, including low self-esteem. Continuous criticism and devaluation can erode the victim's self-confidence and self-worth. Victims may feel unworthy, inadequate, and dependent on the narcissist's approval. Anxiety and depression. The constant manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional abuse can lead to chronic anxiety and depression. Victims may feel trapped, hopeless, and overwhelmed by their circumstances. PTSD and CPTSD. Prolonged exposure to narcissistic abuse can result in post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, or complex PTSD/CPTSD. Symptoms can include flashbacks, hypervigilance, emotional numbness, and difficulty trusting others. Isolation. Narcissists often isolate their victims from friends, family, and support networks. This isolation makes it harder for the victim to seek help and reinforces their dependency on the narcissist. Physical health issues. The stress and anxiety caused by narcissistic abuse can take a toll on the victim's physical health. Symptoms can include headaches, digestive issues, sleep disturbances, and a weakened immune system. Breaking free from narcissistic control. Escaping a relationship with a narcissist can be challenging, but it is possible with the right support and strategies. Here are some steps to help break free from narcissistic control. Recognize the signs. Awareness is the first step to breaking free from narcissistic abuse. Educate yourself about narcissistic behavior and manipulation tactics. Understanding the signs can help you identify and respond to the narcissist's actions. Seek support. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or a therapist. A strong support network can provide validation, perspective, and encouragement. Support groups for victims of narcissistic abuse can also be helpful. Set boundaries. Clearly communicate and enforce boundaries with the narcissist. This may include limiting contact, avoiding engaging in arguments, and refusing to tolerate abusive behavior. Boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional and mental well-being. Document everything. Keep a detailed record of interactions, incidents, and communications with the narcissist. This documentation can serve as evidence if needed and help you stay grounded in reality. Develop a safety plan. If you are in an abusive relationship, develop a safety plan to protect yourself. This may include finding a safe place to stay, securing important documents, and having a trusted person to contact in case of an emergency. Focus on self-care. Prioritize your physical and emotional well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Practice self-compassion and remind yourself that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness. Consider professional help. Therapy can be incredibly beneficial for healing from narcissistic abuse. A therapist can help you process your experiences, develop coping strategies, and rebuild your self-esteem. Moving forward, healing and recovery. Healing from narcissistic abuse is a journey that takes time and effort. Here are some steps to aid in the recovery process. Acknowledge your experience. Recognize and validate your feelings and experiences. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the relationship and the person you thought the narcissist was. Rebuild your identity. Narcissistic abuse can erode your sense of self. Take time to rediscover your interests, passions, and strengths. Surround yourself with positive influences and supportive people. Establish healthy boundaries. As you move forward, it's important to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in all your relationships. Boundaries protect your well-being and prevent future manipulation. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Healing from narcissistic abuse is challenging, and it's okay to have setbacks. Celebrate your progress and remind yourself that you deserve love and respect. Educate yourself. Continue to learn about narcissistic behavior and recovery. Knowledge is empowering and can help you recognize and avoid toxic relationships in the future. Focus on personal growth. Use your experience as an opportunity for personal growth and self-improvement. Set goals for yourself, pursue your passions, and work towards becoming the best version of yourself. Consider therapy. Ongoing therapy can be beneficial for long-term healing. A therapist can provide support, guidance, and tools to help you navigate the complexities of recovery. Understanding the tactics a narcissist uses when losing control can empower victims to protect themselves and break free from the cycle of manipulation. Recognizing the signs and knowing how to respond can significantly reduce the narcissist's power and help victims regain their autonomy and self-worth. By staying informed, seeking support, and focusing on healing, individuals can overcome the challenges posed by narcissistic abuse and move towards a healthier, more balanced life. Remember, breaking free from a narcissist is a courageous and empowering step. You deserve to live a life free from manipulation, control, and abuse. With the right support and strategies, you can reclaim your power, rebuild your self-esteem, and create a brighter future. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. I hope the information I shared can help you better recognize and protect yourself from the manipulation of a narcissist. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that will help you live a healthier and happier life. Leave a comment below if you have experiences or questions you'd like to share. See you in the next video, and stay strong.